What's up, YouTube family? Welcome to Automotive Life. My name is Lucky, and today's video is going to be about a Turo update. Now, about a month ago, I made a video called the Turo Crash, which I'll link to somewhere up above me, and we talked about some of the things that were happening on Turo, how everything was changing, and what's going to happen in the market. Well, now we're actually here. A lot of the things that I talked about a month ago are starting to happen now, and we're seeing some dramatic drop-offs in some markets. So I figured I'd give you guys an update and kind of talk about what's going on in the market, how you can stay ahead of it, and how you can protect yourself. Now, before I do, if you can please do me a huge favor and gently squeeze the like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me find more amazing people like yourselves that enjoy automotive content. Also, if you consider subscribing, I post great stuff like this all the time, and I post 3 times a week, so make sure you click the notification bell. And once again, follow us on Instagram at automotive.life. I post there every day. We go to the auctions, we do videos, we talk about cars, flipping, all that fun stuff. Even some of our training stuff we've actually put on our Instagram, so make sure you follow us there. Now, also, I gave away a call last week. Please reach out to me. The winner still hasn't reached out, so make sure you do. Also, we're going to be giving away another consulting call. All you have to do to enter is just put something down below. I don't care if it's toast, I'd buy that for $1. You want to tell me your favorite joke, pick me, something hilarious. Anybody that puts a comment down below is qualified to enter, and so once again, I thank you guys so much. Like I said, we hit 40,000 subs. It's truly amazing. I love this new job. I love the automotive industry, and like I said, doing YouTube has kind of rekindled my passion for that, especially helping people either start their dealership, rental car company, auto repair, or body shop. So anyways, like I said, once again, please put your comment section down below. We're going to be picking a winner Friday for this phone call, and like I said, all you have to do to enter is just put a comment down below. And without any more shameless plugging, let's get into the video. So to understand what's going on with Turo right now, I want to talk about the economy before we actually jump into Turo. So when I made that video last month, I was talking about all the stimulus ballers, all the people that are on unemployment and getting extra government assistance. That ended in a lot of states, as of last week, where there were some states where it basically ended months ago, and some of you guys didn't even get it. So a lot of people didn't exactly know what I was talking about. So that's why there's such a fluctuation when it comes to different markets. And that's why we preach in this channel, you never take somebody's advice when it says, oh, this is the car to buy in this market, this is what to do, this is how to do it. I always teach you, this is how we look at it. See what works in your market and test it out, because some of the things we're going to go over, you're going to see why. So like I said, in Las Vegas, they just canceled the additional, I think it was $400 or $600 a week on top of their unemployment. So some of these people were making anywhere from $800 to $1,000 a week on unemployment and stimulus. So it's very hard for somebody to go back to work when they're making $4,000 a month. I understand this, but it's a bad thing. The government basically just gave away a bunch of free money. And so what happened was in a lot of markets, especially here in Vegas, it got extremely hot because you got people that were making, let's say, $2,000 a month working at Burger King, now are making $4 grand a month. They could travel, they can have fun, they can do whatever, and so they were overpaying for, travel, products, rental cars, car sales. And so all these things really made the market fluctuate and kind of go higher than what it normally is. Now, Las Vegas did a study about a week ago, and it was on national TV, and it was one of the most scariest things I've ever seen. They interviewed 14 people. Out of those 14 people, 12 of those people were unemployed or on stimulus. So only a handful of those people actually worked up to save enough money to go travel, where everybody else was basically just traveling because of the government dime. And they're making all this money and they have nothing to do at home. So what do? They travel, they rent your cars, they buy stuff, I mean, they are contributing to the economy, which is good, but the downfall is this is what gave us that false sense of security. So, when this happened, about a year and a half ago, that's when I said Turo exploded, because you had so many people that were making money from home, some people that could actually work from their computer, they could travel anywhere they want, so they decided to maybe go back to their family in a different state and work on their computer while they're with their family, so they were traveling more and doing more stuff. All these things basically built up the Turo market. So if you've been in Turo since 2019 and before, you know what the prices are. If you started after Turo, you are living in a false bubble market. So if I have, let's say, a 2018 Toyota Corolla, or excuse me, a Camry, we used to rent those cars out for between 35 and 50 bucks a day. 50 bucks was like good because that was when it was a busy weekend in Vegas. We had tons of stuff going. You know, now here in Las Vegas, that exact same car brings like $100 a day. It's insane. You know, so people are basically judging their business plans off of making this kind of money. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not do that, because what I've seen is as the market is going up, everything is stopping and slowing down. So first we're going to talk about the exotic car market. That is the first thing to cool down when the recession, or not recession, but when the economy starts to tank. A lot of the people that had this big extra money, these big chunks of money, no longer have it. So those, you know, expensive Lambos, Ferraris, you know, Audi R8s, BMW i8s, all that stuff, those rentals are going to start dipping. Now, you will see a dramatic drop if you're like not in a major city. You know, you may see a little bit of drop, but you may not notice it if you're in like a major city like Vegas, LA, Miami, something that's like tourist-based destinations. But and everywhere else, you'll see it. I talked about a client of ours that's in Minnesota. She's in Minneapolis, and her C8 Corvettes literally fell off an edge. She hasn't rented one in probably about 2.5 weeks now, and she went from making $600 to $900 a day down to $300 a day. So it's just amazing how fast the market can change. And so, you know, I want to tell people, you don't want to focus on one particular thing, because I always tell people, you want to have exotic cars, you want to have regular cars, and you want to have cheap cars. But nobody ever wants to do that. Everybody wants the exotic cars. Everybody wants the, you know, I want to show off and flex to my friends. So what happens is the first market to get hit, exotic cars. Second market to get hit is luxury cars. So if you have, you know, really fancy Mercedes, BMWs, Audis, whatever else, you're the second one to get hit. You're going to see less and less rentals as we go along through these months. The very last one to get hit is basically the economy cars. So, you know, I've been telling a lot of people that there's nothing wrong with renting out good, affordable economy cars. It's a necessity. It's not a need. You know, I mean, not a want. You know, it's a need. So a lot of people decide, well, man, I don't want to rent a Kia. I don't want to rent, you know, a Corolla. I want to rent Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I'm telling you, in about 2 months from now, everybody that has a bunch of cheap cars is going to be crushing it. And if all of your fleet is nothing but luxury cars, I would definitely step up your marketing and try to leverage whatever you can against Turo. Now, that's just what's going on in the economy to kind of give you guys a picture. Now we're going to talk about Turo. Turo's platform has completely changed. They did a complete 180. They have no loyalties anymore. So what happened before was, if you were a new person, Turo would push your cars out ahead of somebody else's. So if you just jumped on the platform and you parked put your two cars up, they would shoot you to the top and try to get you as many rents as you can, so this way you stay on the platform and you become another user. Well, as you guys know, the Turo market is flooded with tons of people just jumping on the bandwagon, renting out their cars. But what's happening now is they're starting to focus on more of the professional end, which is kind of good, but it hurts a lot of the new people. So what I mean by that is, let's say you are a rental car company and you have maybe 20 cars and all your cars are pretty decent priced. You will show up first before somebody that has one car that just started last week. Now, not saying it's fair, not saying it's bad, it's just the way business is. But if you're a new person, you're going to struggle because you're going to have to compete with all these bigger rental car companies. Now, the reason why I honestly believe that Turo is doing this is because there are a lot of people that are getting off the platform. They're realizing there's other platforms, Hire Car, Get Around, Share, and a few of these other ones where they're giving better rates, better commissions, and they don't try to lock you into some sort of agreement where you can only use them. A lot of that stuff doesn't fly in a lot of states. I know they're being sued here in Vegas and like 4 other states, but so don't let them bully you into saying you can only use their application. But what's happening is, you know, people are starting to realize that, well, shit, I just pay a few bucks extra and I'll get my rental car license and I'll just rent on the side. So now Turo's afraid, so they want to keep the people that are actual professionals and businesses on the platform, because a lot of the new people, they're putting a really bad taste in new Turo applicants' mouths. They'll go rent a car, they won't show up, they'll show up late, the car's dirty, you know, the car breaks down, stuff like that. And now Turo has decided, okay, we got enough market share and we have enough people that are renting their cars, we need to start slimming down the group. So like I said, they're pushing the new people, they're pushing the old people and the people with the most reviews, the most cars up. And the new people, you're gonna struggle trying to compete with these people. Now, the downfall with the economy tanking is people are going to get desperate. So what's going to happen is, if you're a new person, you're not renting your cars, what they're going to do is, oh man, well, my car's not renting for 60 bucks, I'm going to drop it to 50, and then it's not going to rent then, because you're a new person. The older people are going to show up with maybe rentals at 65, so you're going to be like, well, I'm going to put mine at 40. I'm going to cut the competition so I get more rentals. Eventually people are going to see this one, and this one's going to start renting for 40. And what does Turo do? The algorithm says, well, this guy's giving it for 40. Why does this rental car company have it for 60? And it's going to ask you to basically bump it down, or it's going to do automatic pricing, and it's going to put it around like $50. So little by little, as the rental market starts to slow down, the prices are going to start ticking down back to where they were in 2019. So, all these people are going to be freaking out like, well, I need $100 a day to break even, because that's the way I've structured my business plan. If you're doing that right now, you are screwed, my friend, because it's just going to get worse. And then on top of that, like I said, cars haven't dropped. They're going down very little by little. So what's going to happen is, let's say you have a C-Class Mercedes and you bought it for 40 grand. Top of retail, it's right now the market's crazy. You bought it last year, you paid all the money. Well, as this market starts to go down and the economy tanks, the cars are going to get cheaper and cheaper. So you paid 45 or 40,000. Let's say the next guy after you buys the same car for 35,000. Saves 5 grand, his payments maybe 50, 60 bucks less. So he can take a few dollars less per rental than what you can. So his threshold's a lot lower. So if he's like, okay, I need to make 20 bucks a day, I need to put my car up at 35, and yours is at 65 because you need to make that extra money for your payment, all of a sudden you'll see how the matrix start to come into play, where the prices for Turo are slowly going to go down, 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 the way it did back in the day. Now, if you have some really old school people, some of us have been on the app since it started, when they changed presidents, every time the president changed, you can watch Turo go like this. It just goes nuts. So, and that's usually what happens with the economy. So as the economy starts to go down, Turo does the same thing. It goes up, up, up. All of a sudden, it's like, oh man, nobody's renting, and they just drop the prices, trying to stimulate people to rent the cars. And I remember renting out 2000. This is probably like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. 2014s and 15s, like new cars, for like 20 bucks, 30 bucks a day. So we weren't making that much money, and it really hurt us, but we had to sustain to grow. And I have a feeling, unfortunately, that's what's gonna happen, because, you're gonna have the business owners that are gonna still try to make money. You're gonna have the other people that are gonna be just dropping their cars just so they can get on Turo. And then you're going to have the third party, which we haven't talked about, is everybody that doesn't want to go back to work. Now, there's this big move about people not wanting to go back to work. They call it the big resignation. People just they don't want to go back to a traditional job. Well, the downfall with that is if they can't make their car payments, guess what they're going to do? They're going to put their car on Turo, and they're going to rent it out for nothing, just so they don't have to make a car payment. So you're trying to make, let's say, $1,000 to $1,200 off of every car, so you can pay your car note and you can make some money for your business. They'll be like, well, my car payment's $350, my insurance is $100, so as long as I make $450, I'll make my money, make my payment, I won't lose my car. So then they'll give it away. And those are the assholes that put their cars up for like $25 a day and get rented out for a month, and it's basically dropping the prices of the market, killing everybody, because a lot of these people do not want to go back to work. And that's what's going to happen. So that'll be the third thing that'll trigger Turo prices going down. So it's been a crazy market. We talked a little bit about how people are getting kicked off of the platform because of, what's going on. Like I said, if you show up late, if your car gets flagged too many times for, maintenance violations or any type of safety violations. Another big one is like, you got to make sure you take care of your recalls, so this way you don't have that issue, because you don't want to put your car up and then all of a sudden, right when people book it, you figure out you can't get it because it's banned because of some sort of safety recall. You have to check, call the service department, give them your VIN number. They will tell you any TSBs, any recalls, stay ahead of it. And once you get the work done, believe it or not, you can get that information, you can fax it to Carfax, and you can tell them to update your thing, so this way they pull from Carfax and AutoCheck. So if you put that in there and they're blocking your call because of safety recall, they'll flip it like that and you can get back on the road. So anyways, but that's some of the things we need to watch out as we're going down the market, because like I said, Turo's getting crazy. Now, once again, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, do not put all your eggs in one basket. Turo is a great application, but you never want to put all your cars on one platform. You need to start something with Hire Car, Get Around, Share, something else. You need to leverage your footprint in the market, because what's going to happen is, like I said, everybody's so, oh, Turo. and now they're getting kicked off and you have no other source of income. I recommend getting a rental car license. I recommend you opening up multiple platforms with multiple cars just so you can slowly build your network and grow your thing, because I don't know if maybe Get Around is bigger in your area than it is in mine. Maybe hire car is the way to go because there are more Amazon, Postmates, and Uber delivery drivers in your area. But you're not going to know unless you set it up. And I still get messages all the time. Oh, well, hire car is more expensive. I don't know about share. That's the point. You try it in your market. You could be the first one there and you could crush it. I have no idea, but unless you try it, you have no idea what you're gonna get. But it's better than at least you having 2 backup things instead of putting all your eggs with Turo and then you wind up getting kicked off the platform. So once again, if you guys have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section below. I answer every single one myself personally, none of my staff. And like I said, we are gonna do another giveaway for a consulting call. So go ahead and put anything down in the comments. You get qualified. I'd buy that for $1. Tacos, you want to tell me your favorite joke, whatever else, anything in there. And you can do multiple times. Everything adds to basically me picking you. And once again, the winner from last week, I messaged you on the thing. Please respond back to me so this way we can get your consulting call booked out. And once again, follow us on Instagram at automotive.life. We post great stuff there all the time. We're going to be doing funny videos, other content. I cuss a little bit more on there because it's actually allowed. Here, not so much, but you can see me in my real form. Once again, if you feel like you've learned anything, please gently squeeze the like button for the YouTube algorithm. That helps me find more amazing people like yourselves that enjoy automotive content. And once again, please subscribe because we are posting 3 times a week, and click the notification bell. Like I said, we broke 40,000. I think we're at 42 right now. If we could break 50,000 by next month, that would be insane. So I'm truly excited. I'm going to probably do some giveaway or something cool for that one as well. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.